Okay, I wanted to make this very clear. When I did the first iteration of this and played Tulane, we did get cooked. This time, I will admit, my daughter woke up at halftime because I usually play these games late at night when kids go to bed. My kids go to bed. And I will say that Tulane was beating me pretty bad at half, 28-13. And then all of a sudden, we made some comebacks, slowly but surely within the third and fourth quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, we scored a touchdown. They got the ball back. They didn't do anything. We got it back with about 2 minutes left. We didn't do anything. We went three and out. They got the ball back. We got it back within a minute. And then we literally threw a deep bomb with about 10 seconds left. And we got all the way down to the 2 yard line. We didn't have any timeouts because they tackled us because the guy caught me in the back. And we ran out of time. And that's why we lost. But I will admit, I don't think if I had super simmed the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter, I don't think it would have been this close. I will emphasize that because I had to super sim because my kids needed me. So I just super simmed the rest of it for what it could be and for what it was worth. And Tulane, for the most part, I'll just be honest with you, they are really good. I'm so glad I put them in the SEC again. I know on the behest of many people who were like, hey, why'd you put Tulane in the SEC? That's really odd. That's really weird. Well, I think they're really talented, and I know they're a really small school altogether, but they're pretty good. And honestly, they're very tough, and they're much better than the conference they were before they joined the SEC. And I think the SEC just kind of bolstered their opinion of themselves, gave them confidence, and honestly, now they can walk into a place like UW where, prior to this season, let's be honest, UW had a pretty long home winning streak, and now they cut it on opening day. Granted, rebuilding UW. I mean, I was saying this as I was playing the game to myself. I was like, Tulane has 82s across the board in regards to their overall team, right? 82 offense, 82 defense, 82 overall, special team, etc. And UW's got 84s across the board on that regard. But the difference is obviously UW's coming into a rebuild situation, and Tulane, I feel like, is really at a peak stage of who they are. And for them joining the SEC, winning a game like this on their opener, 217 yards rushing. Did Jonah Coleman just go absolutely bonkers in this game? Yes, he did. 27 yards rushing, and obviously Will Rogers had a couple, and then Daniel Nagata. Daniel Nagata is fantastic, by the way. He is an absolute fantastic secondary player. So I really like him. He might transfer based on the playing style deal breaker, so he might not like that. And Jonah Coleman also is not a fan of the pro potential. So that's why we've got a lot of running backs in the recruiting class, as we've got. Obviously, Will Rogers is a senior, so he's out after this year. And I got Demond Williams, who is going to be the beast moving forward later. Look at that. Giles Jackson. Jeez, playing time. He's literally playing the whole game, and he's sad about the deal breaking. That's silly. Plus, he's a redshirt senior, so he's not transferring. There's nothing happening there. But yeah, Nagata caught the ball down at the goal line and didn't score because he got tackled at the very end. That stunk. That absolutely stunk. Let's see, defense. What did we do defensively? Carson Bruner, 11 tackles. He had an interception. He's probably going to win Defensive Player of the Week because he was phenomenal. But Will Rogers threw 308 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. He had sacked 4 times, only 51% completion rating. That's not great. If you look at Tulane's guys, yeah, Ty Thompson, fantastic day. He really had a fantastic day. 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Did Will Rogers did not throw an interception. See, he did fantastic today. I just feel like if I didn't super sim, I feel like this would have been a little bit more of a blowout, and it would have been more of a problem because Tulane overall just had our number in this game. Yes, we had total time of possession, but I never felt like playing it the first half. I never felt like we were the better team. So I don't know why the super sim, outside of the fact that attributes show that we have a quote unquote more talented team, showed that we could have had a chance to win this game, even though the stats show we could have. I don't know. It didn't feel that way playing it, just for your FYI. But I won't say we got cooked, but compared to the last iteration of this game, we definitely lost. Let's recap week 0. Let's go to the next week. We'll look at our recruiting board and see what happened here. Look at all these guys. Here we go. So hopefully it doesn't switch over automatically. Yep, okay, so it does. Again, all these guys were ranked 44th in the country. It's not bad, actually, considering we just lost to Tulane. So here's all the guys that we've got on our radar. It won't order that way, but top 5 schools, that's a big deal. He's 4th on our list. 3-star, 4-star, all the 4-star guys have kept us there. That's critical. We didn't lose anybody, and that's the key. Obviously, he's down to his size top 7. We got to pursue him hard if we want to try and get him, but everybody else is in their top 4, top 5. So top 5 schools, everybody else is just getting into their top 8. So that's good. That's a good thing right there. We really need some of these halfbacks. We really need one of these guys. If we get 2 of them, that would be great, because we need a split committee moving forward. But we've got some guys in who are redshirted who I think are going to do just fine. But you always got to keep your halfbacks going and make sure that they're ready for the road ahead. Let's upgrade our coach skill real quick, and then we'll look at the top story stuff. I generally, if it'll even let me, motivator, culture setter who's strong in player development, grow together. What was the one that I liked the first time? Elite recruiter. It won't even let me do this one, I don't think. Yeah. Well, I have 15. Grow together. I mean, realistically, who I am, I'm a motivator. Okay, whenever gain XP whenever players level up. Okay, I like that. Boom. And then in here, elite recruiter, there's things I can do because obviously I'm a recruiter. I need an advanced look at linemen because that's what I need. So, O-line take less time to fully scout. That's perfect. That's good. I can give him stuff too. Oh, see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's good stuff. Defensive coordinator. So yeah, nobody on our team is that phenomenal in regards to anything, but that's what happens when you have a rebuild. It's a true rebuild. So let's go to our top stories. Let's see what happened. Clemson, Georgia, huge game for this weekend. But let's go check out where the top 20. Well, let's go to the team. Let's go to the. Hold on. Scores and schedules. Let's see what happened last week in week 0 against the top 25. The USC beat LSU. Big time win. I like how they win, and they didn't change the rankings. Now, they probably don't change the rankings after the first week, which is okay. Florida State beat Georgia Tech. That's a role reversal there because Georgia Tech beat them in real life. Oklahoma got it done. Penn State got it done barely. My Lord. Gee, Charlotte almost came back and got it done. That's crazy. Texas beat Colorado State. Oregon destroyed Michigan. Now, that's a way to tell you that you are rebuilding as well. When you're ranked top 10 in the country and you get absolutely obliterated, that is a signal immediately. 395 total yards. It's actually not phenomenal numbers, but that's domination. What's the time of possession? This is what it'll tell us. When Oregon has more time of possession than you, that's when it's bad, and it clearly was bad. Texas A&M beat South Carolina. That's a big win for Texas A&M. That's a big one. Absolute huge game. Louisville, Clemson, close game. I heard about this while I was playing the UW game. They gave the score updates. That's a good win for Clemson. It's a really good win for Clemson. Louisville's a really good football team. Overtime win. That's a good game. Both those teams are pretty evenly matched. So I'd say both those teams are easily top 10 or top 20 teams in the nation. Oklahoma State got done against Arizona State. Kansas beat BYU. That's a good win for Kansas. Jeez. That's a big win for. I mean, it wasn't even close. Not even close. That's a huge win for Kansas. They went to BYU? Jeez. And then Arizona beat UCF. And then that's a big win for Arizona. That's a big conference win for Arizona in regards to showing that the Pac-12 is still better than the SEC. That's a big deal. Tennessee beat UTEP, not a shocker there. And then Utah beat Colorado in an absolute shootout. That game must have been entertaining. That might kill Shedeur Sanders' ability to win the Heisman, to be honest with you, as a quarterback. What were the passing yards? 410. Oh, my Lord. 410, 4 touchdowns? Okay, maybe his Heisman chances aren't going to go out the train. That's crazy. And then receiving, Travis Hunter, 2 for 104. So he had a 86-yard touchdown. That's crazy. So there's your top 25 from week 0. Let's look at the new top 25. I don't think it changed. Yeah, nobody changed because it's week 0, so nobody changed. So everything stayed the same, even though USC beat LSU. That's a huge win for them. Players of the week. National. Florida went absolutely bananas. Let's look at the Big Ten. Let's see, did anybody, Pac-12, did anybody do? Nope. None of us. Ooh, Cameron Rising. A good day. Heisman watch. Let's see, did this change after the weekend? Nope. Shedeur Sanders, everybody's still the same. Nothing changes because it's week 0. So, which games do we got coming up this weekend in week 1 on a top 25 basis? That's all I care about, really, in the world of college football is a top 25 for the most part outside of UW. All right. No importance there. No importance. That's a conference game. Nevada, USC. Michigan, Fresno State. That'll be interesting considering Michigan just came off a big loss against a bunch of nobodies. Akron and Ohio State. Okay, I should take care. Okay, Clemson, Georgia. This is the one I saw, the nationally televised game. That's going to be absolutely massive, nationally televised. Huge game. Clemson just had a big win over Louisville. That's going to be a huge game. It's number 1 Georgia against Cream Puffs. Texas Tech. That'll be a good one. Then Penn State, West Virginia. That'll be interesting. Notre Dame, Wisconsin. That is not an easy game at all. That'll be a good Big Ten matchup. And then New Mexico, Arizona. Rivalry game. Beautiful. All right, so we know where we're at. We don't need to look at the conference standings. We saw that blowout. I mean, that Oregon versus Michigan, that is crazy domination all the way around. Were there any other games like that? 2 sacks, 296. They absolutely obliterated Michigan. Let me see, did this change while I left? I'm just curious. See, it goes back to All-American every time. I don't understand. Maybe I'll change it in the settings here in a minute. So there we are. We play Nebraska this week in week 1. Obviously, the top game of the weekend is Clemson, Georgia. Everybody's talking about it. Obviously makes sense. Well, here we go. We're going to go into week 1 and play Nebraska. Hopefully we can play in the 4th quarter and give you a chance at what to see against them. Have a good one.